Hi, I'm AnalysisWX.com's weather analysis. Andrew Fleck, just here for a Monday's weather discussion. Another late nighter again. I apologize this weekend. I wasn't able to get updates done. I became very busy, busier than I planned, so I do apologize on that. But starting the work week, we're going to start tagging on to the discussions again and just kind of looking at what's coming up in the weather pattern. But before we do that, we're going to go in and look what we're currently looking at this evening. And first, we'll go from west to east. We'll have some rain, snow showers across the upper west, across the Midwest. We have a cyclone here up around Minnesota, and what that's going to probably do is just throw in some wind-driven rain, some heavier rain at times. Maybe, and I mean possibly, maybe some snow mixing in at later at night up there if that precip does continue. Then you have another surge of energy or moisture down here along that trough and front, and what that means that you're going to have some snow and rain, of course, behind this front, and maybe some inches, 1-2 inches, maybe picked up around Nebraska or Kansas. So I would be watching that because I think that could be one to make the roads slick, possibly throughout the night. But I do believe as this little band of moisture does move to the east, some thunderstorms may actually break out. So look forward to that if these two main pieces here do connect together. You'll have some thunderstorms forming on the southern side of this low pressure right here. And then we have some two areas of rain, some heavy at times. You have one area over up around Cape Cod, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, another one in the southern mid-Atlantic states. It's due to a low pressure off the coast. It's very rather disorganized, so that's why you see rain about just about everywhere, and the rain is falling at about the intensity that it looks on radar or a little less. That means some of the moisture is not exactly as deluging or fluent as the low pressure strength is, so of course that tells you how disorganized and weaker that the low pressure is. But moving on here to looking at what we're seeing here and what we're going to be seeing in the next week or so, a lot of folks are talking about the Friday storm, the Black Friday storm. Some call it the Black Friday snowstorm, some call it just an all-out snowstorm, a rainstorm, a no storm. Well, let's see where we're kind of looking at tonight, because this is going to kind of tell the story of where we are with this storm. It appears we're going to have a storm, but what is it going to do? And that's the biggest question that needs to be answered so far, this upcoming pattern. And we're going to go into the 500 millibar vorticity charts here. And this right here is your 12Z today, or earlier this afternoon. And what the 12Z had is a stronger upper wave here that amplified the trough and made it more deeper and made it come back inland. So what you had is more of an inland low pressure, and that caused most areas to have rain and warmer temperatures. And pretty much you saw warmer temperatures up around New England, and you had colder temperatures down in Virginia, so it was a flip-flop scenario. And that's what happens when you have a very, very excessively amplified trough and a secondary wave doing that amplification. And then you had a stronger low or a stronger trough pushing down on the western area, causing that ridge over the Midwest to really help also amplify that trough over the eastern seaboard. Now, looking at what 0Z has tonight, we go from 12 to 0. 12 to 0. Very different. You say, wow, in a 12-hour difference, we go from looking at a low pressure on the inland areas to now low pressure off the coast. So you go from seeing snow maybe in this area here to now seeing snow in this area now. So, I mean, from that 12-hour difference there, you now have a different placement of low pressures, a possible different placement of where snow could fall. Now, given where I just circled the areas, this isn't where you're talking about a significant snow, but maybe where the flakes are flying. What I'm trying to do right now early this week is just pinpoint where the flakes are going to be flying. and where the best chances of any accumulation of snow is possible. Now, another area to watch and give interest to that I've kind of analyzed here is if you go to 12Z on the models, you can see that how strong this wave here is, or this energy back up around Canada is. Let's go to 0Z and see how strong that is. Not too strong, in fact weaker, and that's what's happening. It's not amplifying as much. So instead of the low coming in here, the low's out here, and you're getting snow getting drug all the way back to PA, even Maryland. And what you need to watch, okay, with these type of events is when you have a strong low pressure that really can wrap around itself, you really could have snow showers in this area here. They kind of come down from the northwest to southeast. So in this area here, you always need to watch for some of that squall type of snow, if cold enough, to actually stick as well. And sometimes in those type of events, you can have a few inches fall. Not to say that's a possibility, but again, right now, we're early week, okay? We're about 4 days away. I would like to start opening up my thoughts of what could be possibly occurring here. And given a very strong low pressure doing what it's doing, you could have that happen. Wrapping around snow showers, flurries, a few inches possible if you get in the right bands, if everything sets up the way it's supposed to. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it one bit. And with it, what happens as well is that's the bottom or southwestern area of the precip, and the northwestern area up here gets a pretty good wall up. So two areas of interest would be in this area here, and would be in this area up here around across the New England states. So two real good areas to be watching. And then of course we go into the next factor that comes into play with a less amplified trough, and that is this right here. Notice how we had a big trough, okay, over the west, and look what it is now. It's not as deep. On the 12Z, look how deep it was. Now 0Z, totally different. So amazing how even 12-hour differential in intervals, how different it is. So I think there's going to be a lot more changing yet. So we're very far from seeing a permanent, consistent, road pattern here. So until then, I would keep watching every model run because it's going to get awful exciting. But that's really about it for tonight's discussion here. We're going to have a lot more on Tuesday. I think that's when maybe we could start seeing a consistent pattern. By Wednesday, start maybe looking at where the snow is definitely going to fall. Thursday, a snow map if needed. And Friday, let the event begin. So this is about it for your Monday's weather discussion. Feel free on the homepage to make a donation to analysiswx.com. Right now, we're a little low in helping and making this site continue on, and we'd love to continue the site as it will. Right now we're seeing a lot of traffic come in, which is just great, but we don't have exactly the room for that, and we need your help. If you guys could spare some donation for us to make this site go on and make our dream and our education and continue doing what we're doing, that would be great. If not, it's just great that you're there to view our site and do what you guys do. So either way, guys, we really appreciate what you do, viewing our site and giving the best feedback and comments that you can. And again, if not, join the forums, talk some weather with us. We'll really enjoy it with you. So again, take some thought on doing it. If no donation, maybe a forum, become a member, leave a comment, an email. We'll be happy to hear from you. So that is it for your Monday's weather discussion. Like I said, I'm analysiswx.com. Have a nice afternoon, evening. Tomorrow we'll talk Tuesday.